Hello everyone, today we're going to cook one of my favourites, chicken Alla Milanese, which is a Alla Milanese. So we're going to start with some chicken, good chicken breast over here. So what we've got a good chicken breast, okay, and we're just going to thin it out a little bit so it can be flattened out. So I'm just scoring the chicken with a knife to get it as flat as possible. You know, being careful not to cut all the way through. Now what we want to do is grab some cling film and lay a sheet flat on your counter, like that. Slice the sheet of cling film down. Place the chicken on that sheet there. Okay, roll another sheet, place it over the top. The chicken cut and put away. So we've got the chicken at the minute between two pieces of cling film. And now what we're going to do, we're just going to make it a little bit thinner there, so it's a quick fry in the pan. Because the chicken Milanese will probably really only work when it's a little bit thin. So we're just going to bash this out with a rolling pin or a meat tenderizer, whatever you like. Flip it over and do the other side of it. Now in a bowl or a container, pop your chicken once you get it out of the cling film into the pan. Into the pot. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to marinate that for a little bit, for about an hour. Okay, and we're going to pop some sea salt in now. Some olive oil. And some pepper. Come a bit closer if you want. And juice of half a lemon. I'm only doing one breast for now, but typically you'll be doing this with about 3 or 4 chicken breasts. Squeeze the juice of half a lemon, like so. And rub in the marinade. Toss the chicken over a couple of times. Make sure it's well covered. And then what you'll do, you'll cover that in cling film and leave it in the fridge to settle for about an hour. Right, it's been about an hour, so the chicken should be ready. So we'll take that back out of the fridge. Okay, over here I've got some breadcrumbs, some flour, and some beaten eggs. Flour, season the flour just a little bit there. So what we want to do, we want to take our chicken fillet, okay, and just put it in the egg wash there. So just give it a light coating of the egg wash, and then into some seasoned flour. Like so. Okay. Into some breadcrumbs. Okay. And just put it back in the egg wash again. This just helps give it a little bit of a double coat. Okay, and back into the breadcrumbs. So put the breadcrumbs over, like so. And voila. Right, so we've got our chicken coated in the breadcrumbs there. Now we're just going to make a tomato sauce to go along with that chicken, and then we can cook them together, okay? So I've got some cherry tomatoes here, for instance, but you can use any type of tomatoes you like. Plum tomatoes are great. So we'll just chop some tomatoes, roughly put them in a pan. Like so, just to make a small tomato sauce, I guess. Okay, with a little bit of olive oil in there, not too much, a little bit of pepper, pinch of salt, and I have some balsamic vinegar, so it's going to be like a Medina inspired tomato sauce. Okay, and then we've got, actually we'll just hold it there, we'll put some garlic in actually. Let's put a bit of garlic. And this is more about flavour rather than chopped garlic, so just crush the garlic down a little bit. Get it out of the paper here if it wants to come. Just break that in two, put that there, and just slightly heat that up over the cooker there for a second. So we're just sauteing the garlic into the pan with a little bit of balsamic vinegar and tomatoes in here. Just going to start to soften a wee bit. There we are. And we're just going to pour in a little bit of water, nice and gently. And then a couple of squeezes of tomato puree. And then slowly mix that in to form a nice flavoursome passata. And then we'll pop in some freshly cut basil. Have a nice sweetness. And if the sauce is a little bit thick like that, we can add a little bit more water, just so then it reduces down with all the flavour combined together. And then we're just going to pop in a little bit of salt and pepper for taste. So, a little bit of salt, a bit of pepper, like that, and then reduce that down to simmer. Right, now we're ready to cook the chicken Milanese. So, into a pan on a medium heat, lay the chicken away from you, always lay away, put on the heat. Now we've got that on a medium heat. We want it to be kind of golden brown in colour. It's going to take on average probably about 3 minutes on each side, so we do have to watch the temperature and regulate that thoroughly. So we'll just leave it there for a few minutes so that starts to cook and combine, okay? To accompany the tomato passata and the chicken Milanese, we're just going to make some spinach really, and just wilt some down in the pan, okay? So get a good handful of spinach into this wee little pan here. Okay, we're going to chop in some garlic. Okay, so now keep it earthy, keep it rustic. Okay, there we go. A little bit of pepper, pinch of sea salt. Dash of olive oil, and that's ready for the stove. Right, so we've got some spinach. We're just going to put that on a medium temperature, okay, and just let that wilt down naturally there for a minute. Now with the tomatoes into the passata there, with a wee masher, just give them a wee press into the sauce. Release all them sweetness there. All that sweetness, lovely, perfect. And just give that a wee mix. And never forget to taste your food and see how your seasoning is, and season it to your taste. Like that. Now onto the chicken. Let's have a wee look. So it's nice and golden brown on that side. So just turn that over. And just leave that on that medium heat again for another few minutes there. Right, now the chicken is done, so we'll get prepared to plate up the chicken Milanese. So should be lovely. So what we want grab the chicken there with some tongs and just carefully pop that onto the board there. It's quite big to plate, so we could just cut this in half. And voila, as you can see, perfectly cooked in the middle. You can always tell when you're cooking it, obviously if the juices are running clear for a start, or its firmness when you're cooking it. It's got a little bit of bounce in it, so that's perfect. Okay, so what we want to do now is get some of our rich cherry tomato sauce. Okay, just going to put some of that on the plate here. And we'll leave the pieces of fresh garlic in there themselves, and we'll just level that out. Like any good chef, keep your plate clean. Right, what we want now is our spinach. Our wilted spinach. So it hasn't cooked all the way down, it's kind of half wilted, which is the perfect texture, exactly what I'm looking for. I'll just pop that just to the side there. Voila. Okay, our chicken Milanese. There's a lot going on there. Just pop that here. Voila. Okay, and we have here, there's a little bit of fresh rocket. Nice little greenery on top. Give it a little bit of height. Good shaving of Parmesan, like that. We've got some fresh thyme to add a nice wee note to the dish. Yeah. And no Italian dish is good without a little bit of parsley on top there, and a slight drizzle of olive oil. Voila. There we go. Chicken alla Milanese, my own version. So that's tomato-based sauce, garlic infused spinach, and the chicken Milanese. There we are. Thanks everyone for watching my first video, okay? We'll put this up on, the recipe up on my blog, which is called Everybody Loves an Italian, fancy enough. And yeah, we'll put links up to that on social media. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook is Luca Food and Twitter is LucaFood1. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back soon with another video. And also a special thanks to Lauren, my daughter, for filming the video for me because I only have 2 hands. Ciao, arrivederci.